2 smokes, 2 flashes, and a Molotov. It looks like the execute that already we're going to want to see between these two teams. The burst in for Aurora. Utilities down, Leap is in, and Floppy doesn't want to take the heads-up duel just yet. Grim is there in support, of course, and it's going back and forth. 3v2 for Complexity to start it off, but Floppy will stand tall in E-Box, and that is the bomb lost.
Yeah, game over in the round here. There's no way to recover this for Lackey, and I love the way that Complexity rotates around in towards E-Box because they know Aurora are going to be dead set on trying to take that control, especially with the set of util that comes through, the smokes that are thrown. It's very obvious that Aurora want to try and take E-Box control before they go for the bomb plant. The table's been set that Complexity expect to win this event, Trav.
Absolutely. A site has been taken though. Good smoke down toward camera for Aurora, and that trade gives Deko an M4 to work with. So this could spiral for Complexity. Bomb will go down. They've got 1 flash on Aurora, and they don't have any kits on Complexity at the moment, so this could spiral very quickly.
Yeah, they've got to get a move on, man, as they start to make their way forward. Kenzie actually looked like he was trying to adjust something. His hand, if I caught that correctly, was off the mouse for a brief moment as they pushed through. Deko and Norby doing work, though. They both combine. Elish looking to try and recover. Norby is low, but he... yeah, we'll look to try and make a little move around there. Walks into Elish's crosshair. Good composure from Elish, and just looks like a bit of relief there.
А вы замечали, какие у Дека крутые и дорогие скины в инвентаре? Хотите знать, где он их поднял? Сейчас я расскажу. Сайт Hallzerk помог Дека поднять все крутые скины с его инвентаря. Hallzerk работает с 2015 года и успел зарекомендовать себя среди пользователей. На сайте доступны 5 режимов игры. Классик, Coinflip, Апгрейдер, Колесо и новый режим Краш, который сейчас вам и покажу. Краш — игра в интуицию. Ставишь ставку и забираешь выигрыш тогда, когда захочешь. А мой промокод Кенгуру позволяет новым пользователям получать 2 халявных бакса на свой счет абсолютно бесплатно. Поддержи развитие канала Deko и зарегистрируйся на сайте по ссылке в закрепленном комментарии.
One of the players who will always show his emotions, right? He wears his emotions on his sleeve. In such a stark contrast to the player who sits next to him, JT, came down to a lack of experience, the lack of awareness there from Floppy as well. Not expecting them to come through cameras, and Aurora are all over Complexity like a rash. This round's done. I don't think that Elish and Hallzerk will even have an attempt at the retake here. And this is what you get when you play against
transfer to win it.
The fact that they recovered that round, though, was still actually an impressive feat in itself. So that would have also just given them a bit of confidence. I do like the initiative being taken here. Hallzerk out of absolutely nowhere just demolishes Aurora. 1 flashbang, multiple players swinging. Bomb's been dropped, and Aurora, they are rattled.
Hang on a moment, though. It is still a full eco other than those weapons, and oh, what a recovery. It's going to be down to Kenzie, though. It is a 1v1, and Floppy does have that AK and Kevlar saved over from the previous round. This is actually, I know it's only 2 rounds apiece.
The information will now be gleaned, but Floppy's going to have to bide his time. Bomb plant comes through. At least Floppy does have Kevlar, which does level out the playing field a little bit. Kenzie has absolutely no idea where the fight's going to come through from. Now they know where each other is positioned, and Kenzie will hit the shot there to take Floppy down and save the day for Aurora.
Oh, Floppy had that tiny opportunity as he rounded from camera.
That's certainly something I've been enjoying here being in Sweden. People are also a lot less friendly here compared to in South Africa. I think that's probably a better point. Either way, we're back into the thick of things. We're in the action. Result finds an opening kill. Thankfully, there is a second layer in defense for Complexity. So I kind of feel like Complexity need to get across the line here on Anubis to give themselves that map lead going into the second. Either way, job to be done on the speed bomb side. JT, good for damage. Grim will finish off that kill. There is an extra layer of defense on the speed bomb site, not being invoked just yet as Grim's able to lock it down.
He does need to keep it alive because Norby's still here. Now Grim has to fight between 2 angles, and Deko gets it with the Tech 9. Hallzerk is super close, and Norby keeps him at bay as well. Aurora are taking the tough rounds early on and putting the pressure on Complexity.
Damn, that was all on Norby there. Really good flank coming through.
I have no idea what goes on in his head.
We speculate, though.
We speculate, and, well, there has to be an age in which you grow up at some point, doesn't there? Hallzerk under a lot of pressure. Oh, look at this push through the smoke from Norby. Somehow he finds Grim, but I think that might be the only take for Aurora. Hallzerk standing tall, and Restal just leaps his way into the angle. That's not going to work for you, son. Deko last alive.
Early, Elige also looking for some fights, and that was brave from him.
That was really... Elige is going to be upset by that one because he was pre-aiming that boost for a good few seconds before he then re-swung into the angle, and then that was where the boost was. Norvi just deletes Floppy as well, and JT has to put a few pot shots through that smoke to at least get the trade. However, Aurora...
Yet to really see Elige get into this all-important now empty. Who will claim it is the question. 4 teams in contention. Norway, oh, good opening kill, and he's able to avoid the trade there as well. Hallzerk narrowly missing out. And now there's going to be pressure on the opposite side of the map. Floppy's been dealt with in kind, but at least a kill finally comes back for Complexity, and Hallzerk actually peeking through E-Box will take down his opposite number.
.3v3. JT close mid doors again. Very common position for him. Early game. On the CT side for Complexity, and Lackey is looking to put a stop to him. Norvi hitting another big entry in this game. He's had a number of those already. Current leader, I believe, 11 kills on the board, and now JT is looking like he wants to go searching. What a battle this could be. The doors, oh no. No way. Ah, okay, we're fine.
All about the timing there. JT is the one who comes out on top. Fortunate timing for him, but Hallzerk misses a really key shot there. And that completely opens up this B bomb site. JT and Elige gonna have to combine here to make this 2 versus 2 happen.
And JT, of course, he had a save, of course, from the previous round. He's got 2950 in the bank, and he hadn't bought up a defuse kit. There's probably one on the side. It might not even matter. But if the time gets low, it could be a problem. Kenzie, he goes for a swing, and actually, JT was very, very ready for that. Yep. And Kenzie, he knew he had to take some initiative, some assertiveness, and a 1 versus 2 to try and bring it back to him.
Second AWP in play here for Elige. One of the 2 maps he's spoken about really enjoying that second AWP. The other one is Dust 2, and we've already seen him put it to good use. He's had a fairly tough time of it so far here on Anubis, and Kenzie looking to track and trace Elige down, but Elige very aware of the imminent threat, and he'll just continue to fall back and reposition, leaving no chance for the trade.
Not someone you necessarily think of as being very proficient on a secondary AWP, but Elige is certainly loving it at the moment. As you say, Dust 2 as well, you see it come out a lot, and Elige is looking clean with it, with everything. He's an all-rounder, always has been. It feels like, even though he hasn't gone to the AWP much, he's always been just a brilliant individual. Deko will take a dink, and now Deko could be close to death. Look at this little position on the barrel in Canals, of course. Deko is aware of it. Maybe you heard the silent jump. He tried to quick flick. I think JT would have maybe caught the little vision of the body moving forward.
Right now, Grim's taking full control. JT's even found a frag as well, and that will indeed draw Deko away from the A bomb site. And smart from Floppy not to fire the shot off there. They don't want to give the information away. Molly's been thrown, and that will lock the CTs out of the bomb site. This is such a tough round now because there's so much for Aurora to try to consider. Grim, who was just faking out on that B bomb site, is now in the backlines, and this round is cooked.
This is an absolutely textbook fake. If you want to see what a fake looks like in Counter-Strike, if you're new to the game or maybe even new to the map, well, this is absolutely perfect. They just creep 3 players outside A as the contact is taken elsewhere. And Deko, he's so convinced it's not
ground for Aurora, man. They're on the unfavored half. They're chasing the game now as well. And if they lose this gun round, then that's going to put them in a disastrous position. So, got to find a way to make this one work. And it's a nice flash play. Resthold actually just flashes himself forward there as far as I can tell to get that kill on Hallzerk. At least there's a frag back from JT. Resthold just kept pushing Trav after he found that kill.
Super aggression there from Wrestle, but maybe a little bit overzealous to keep going. Pushing in. There's those smokes up, of course, and even to try and break it open to make sure there's no one toward the back of the site. And it's a great clear from Floppy. Kenzie will be removed. There's a lurk in from Norvi. This could still do damage, but it's being stared at by Grim and JT, and now checked properly. Now they can make sure there's another player in position so they don't get picked off one by one. But I say that, Lackey was there very quickly to stop Elige from being in that position, but Grim, okay, make that 3 instant headshots. Oh, tasty.
Grim Reaper, baby. That is some fantastic work coming through from him. Headshots across the board. Didn't have any room to work with. Probably felt like he was going to get traded, so he just tries to take the fight to his opponent.
Oh, Hallzerk straight down mid with the combination nade and some team damage in the mix as well there, I believe. and Grim took Deko in the meantime.
Wow.
Kenzie will get traded, and the explosion from Complexity. There's 1 minute 30 on the clock, and they have the site, and Grim even takes Lucky too.
He can't stop bragging. I love the space that Grim's taken there as well. Off the back of getting that kill on Deko, he just leads the charge straight in towards that B bomb site. That's called playing the situation. Sure, there might have been a call there, but Grim realized there was an opportunity to take space. Elige takes the head, and Complexity get themselves 2 rounds away from winning the map.
Oh, they are here to play Complexity. What a recovery after Aurora were in that lead that you mentioned. Nothing going for Aurora on the CT side at all. What a sweep this is going to be for Complexity. They can finish it off here and now. Norvi and Kenzie right next to each other. The duo, but Elige with a boost above the smoke. Norvi doesn't know what's hit him. 5 versus 3, still a minute on the clock. Complexity will feel so comfortable in this position. Kenzie will try his best, but it's only 1. Another super solid trade from Elige. He's got 3 in this round. Floppy will find Wrestle, and it's all down to Lackey. And he hasn't got much say in this one, I don't think. He'll miss the shot, and JT will take it. It's game set, but not match for Complexity. But I gotta say, that was impressive.
Yeah, so much momentum, and once they got the ball rolling, it was impossible for Aurora to stop them. Complexity looking very good here on their map pick as homework. They have the luxury of starting on the CT side here as well. Smoke flash, Julie's in play, and Aurora already found an opening kill. Trade comes through, double down from Hallzerk, but there are so many bodies littering the floor.
That was really nice from Hallzerk. Nice little setup from Aurora as well, having 1 player on the corner of the box and 1 player behind him. So they have a little bit of a double setup, but unfortunately that might be the only good thing to come from this round for Aurora. Kenzie and Deko get the only 2 kills. Small detail, but I'd like to see Norvi actually try and use his utility, and now obviously he can't. But I would have liked to see him use it, of course, because then it's not a free piece of util that
gives up the molly
up by the CT side, of course, and that molly is a little bit better than the incendiary these days, of course, even better than it was before. So important thing to note, but Norvi will get deleted. Nice angles being held, and 2 really important taps from Hallzerk again. He has kind of been keeping Deko and
seen them do damage in these sorts of rounds already in the series. Remember, Aurora, I'm just going to keep in the back of my mind that they were winning 6-3 on Anubis. They then lost 10 rounds in a row. Map finished 13-6. How long does that streak get kept up for before Aurora can finally win a round back here in the semi-final?
Poppy lines up the org. Significant investment in the second round, that's for sure. It will be lost, but of course now it will be recovered. It's only Deko with that scout and that Kevlar and that Deagle.
What does an org set you back these days? 3,100?
33, I believe.
3,300? Yeah, that makes more sense, I suppose.
Viable, but not used as much. I feel like the Krieg is pretty much only when AWPers don't have enough money for an AWP and they want something with a scope.
Yeah, we saw Floppy bring it out on Anubis as well. Either way, Deko, beautiful D shot coming through from him. He's taken down Grim as well. Okay, Deko.
He's full health.
He can't win the round from here. There just isn't enough time. He's going to run straight into Elige. He can just get the kill and breathe a sigh of relief as a result. But that is what we're looking for out of Deko.
That's a second that you had an inkling that the last player was down toward B. That's why I sort of chimed in and said he's full health and maybe had a chance to wrestle and Deko hand in hand with Kenzie ready to pounce from outside at any given moment. JT only has that MP9 on top of Hut, but it's a great position for it. 25 seconds, Aurora have to go. Kenzie can try and team up, but Grim saves his teammate at the last possible second. Now Aurora, they're kind of stacked on top of each other here.
Look at the time.
They've been completely stalled with 14 seconds left on the clock. Hallzerk is still here. Great headshot from Lackey, but Hallzerk's doing such great work. 1v1, and Elige recovers it at the last second.
Aurora waited as long as they possibly could for the Heaven player to activate, but that ends up kind of working against them. It gives Grim some time to slightly reposition and gives time for the rotations to come through from Complexity, which actually make the difference at the end of the day. Having that extra player there meant they could have some more firepower to trade with, and that's how they end up with the win. Elige was slow to start on Anubis as well, got better as the map went on, but he's had no trouble getting going here on Nuke. Woo! Not the first time Hallzerk's had his bell rung by Deko with the Deeg.
Aye, aye, aye. Another clean one from Deko. Roppy trying to burst down at mid-range. Lackey Finds the gun, but will swap it over, and Floppy gets caught out toward Hell as well. There goes a Liege, and of course, that's just Counter-Strike for you, isn't it? On the most unlikely round, it looks like Aurora are going to find a way to win, but hang on a moment, bomb has been dropped by Grim, and we know how good he has been. Look how low Lackey is. It's a third for Grim. Bomb on the floor again. Aurora going one by one, waiting for the Heaven presence, but going too early.
Yeah, Lackey way too ahead of his teammates there, trying to find that trade on Grim, but ends up offering his life up as a result, and JT has a very good idea of where further pressure could be coming through from Aurora. They have to recover the bomb as Complexity looks to recover the round. A 5 versus 2 turn 2v2, and actually very even in terms of the numbers in HP.
25 seconds. Wrestle is going to be left on Heaven, and Norvi's going for the outside mini lurk instead to try and grab that bomb a little bit faster. Of course, 16 seconds now. It really is ticking, and there goes Wrestle. I really think Norvi was just not close enough for that. He may get the kill, he may pick up the bomb, but JT, we know he's low. His timing might be pretty good, or Norvi just gets to a safe plant behind the site silos, and now he has a slight advantage against JT being so low, and Norvi finds it. Huge round for Aurora. Grim tried his best, but not this time.
Quad kill coming through from Grim, efforts in vain. JT was a little bit worried that they try and make their way through Secret in towards that B bomb site, or maybe try and make their way with the vent, who knows, but unfortunately,
and Aurora are at full strength with Deko on the AWP now.
they have to win this round though, Trav. No two ways about it. Aurora have to win this round here to get things really going. And they found a big opening kill. They've taken down that crown jewel of Grim.
Wrestle's already in a very powerful position as well. Through ramp, he's going to be up to Heaven. And I don't think anyone on the A site is going to realize that. Wrestle calmly taps away at the first, and now JT, well, he's more stuck than a stuck thing in Hut, and he'll be removed. This is going to be comfortable for Aurora, exactly what they needed.
Yeah, absolutely, man. This is going to restore some confidence for them, something that'd certainly be lacking at this point. Floppy and Elise is going to carry their weapons through into the next. It'll have to be an eco round for Complexity. And this is where we could see the deficiencies on the CT side start to become exposed for Cole. Floppy gets a kill back. He's just going to be hoping to try and upgrade his gun here. And he's taken Deko down too. Aurora going to put some stock in trying to deny these guns being saved. If there was a Kitcher for Complexity, that might have turned things on its head a little bit. Elise is actually charging in towards the bomb site, but Lackey, oh, okay, restores calm. Double kill on the spray down. I think Cole was just looking for a gun or some extra kills. All of a sudden, they found a way back into the retake, but
Call them as favorites against whoever they play in the final as well.
that's how they see themselves. Hallzerk, though, already been dropped, looking to try and make a play in towards ramp here. Floppy is still in tow to recover the gun, but that's another opening frag coming through from Deko. He's already had a couple here on this T side. And as the time ticks down, they've got to start to make a move. Now, I think it's going to be a fake into the upper bomb site and then ramp control taken. Or they might even try go down the venture. Plenty options available for Aurora. JT's going to be that first point of contention. And he takes down Result coming through the door. JT has to double down, and he does. More work to be done from the IGL, unfortunately. Runs out of bullets, but they haven't run out of numbers. 2 versus 2. Not much time left remaining. Shots being missed across the board. Floppy with the AWP will eventually go down. Deko starts the round and finishes it as well.
Oh, Floppy does amazing work with the AWP there, dropping down from Heaven with his teammate at exactly the same time. It looks so awkward. It looked like they just line up.
And the CT side has turned into a tumultuous one for them. Can they get things back on track is the question. Winning this round would go a long way in making that happen. And finally, Hallzerk has been able to affect the kill feed, at least in terms of his AWP. He's gotten 9 kills, which has been decent, but hasn't had much fortune with the AWP in these past few rounds.
Important 5v3 for Complexity. And one thing I need to give Aurora props on is that Kenzie is such a critical player on this map for them. He controls outside on both T and CT.
Yeah.
On T side, being that controller is so important. Stopped immediately at the beginning of this round and stopped most rounds in this one so far as well. Only 2 and 9. The step up from him on CT side has to be big. But as I said, at least it's a good sign that Aurora are in this game kind of without him at the moment.
I feel like the outside really suits his playstyle as well. There's so many different gunfights. You can change up the pace. You can look to get aggressive. He's always happy to push through a smoke. Either way, Deko just opens up the window and he opens up hell. He condemns Hallzerk 6 foot under. And this round has been flipped on its head all of a sudden. 3 versus 2. Aurora have the advantage. JT will bring it back into an even numbers game. And Lackey is low. JT ready for it. Drops the bomb. Massive recovery coming through from the IGL.
Deko in a 1 versus 2 though.
No chance.
Problem is the bomb is so far away. He knows he has to hold W for this with either the Tech 9 or the AWP. Wall bangs maybe the only option. With that incendiary actually blocking off that path to the bomb. It's a really smart piece of util from Elige. And that could be something to antagonize him a little bit.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. No question in my mind. Thing is, Deko is one of those players where if he does get the fire going inside of him, he can be very difficult to stop. So it goes one of 2 ways, man.
Rough end to that round for Aurora. They did so well to recover it. Lackey won his duel toward ramp, but got dinked in the process. And then he has to try and trade JT. You're going to see it here. This frag.
Just keeping himself covered from heaven, locking it down outside. Scoreline leveled up. Hallzerk again finds another opening kill on Kenzie through the smoke as well. So he's certainly got Kenzie's number at the moment.
Yeah, twice in a row through that smoke too. Lackey again wins his duel toward ramp, and Aurora trying to pounce off the back of it. It's a nice HE from Hallzerk, but in the end a little bit deep. And Deko has taken JT on some aggression in the meantime. Elige, a lot of map control outside. And Grim is already down the vents. Hallzerk, I was going to say, that's a bit dangerous, making your way up toward heaven that slowly. He'll get caught. And lucky not to go down. 3 versus 3. Grim toward glass. Ready if Aurora push through. Smoke toward double door. With that smoke being in that position, probably will make the doors open inward. And Deko, again, he's found a pick mid-round to 14 and 7. It's his counterpart Hallzerk to drop. Bomb plant will come through, and Elige, when does he pounce? Norvi, what a bit of positioning that was, just to catch Elige before he makes his way out to do some damage.
Yeah, that's an opening kill that came through from Hallzerk, and it won't result in a round win for Complexity, which is a problem. Have to be converting these sorts of rounds.
The buy's okay, but JT only has that auto shotty, but it's okay. That is the best gun in the game, of course. And look where Elige is. He could be about to do some work, but Lackey, and how has Hallzerk not got that trade through the smoke? Kenzie, he gets some revenge finally.
Finally gets one back. He deserved it, mate. I thought for a moment that Hallzerk might kill Kenzie through the smoke in 3 rounds. Or 3 rounds in a row. Either way, not going to happen. 5 versus 3 now. Really difficult for Complexity to try to recover from here. Couple low HP players on the opposite side of the server, but still have their work cut out for them, man. A lot of time here for Aurora to work their way through. JT, though, has taken down both of those low HP players. And that will force Aurora to redirect.
And he's got the bomb under his control as well. I'm not sure he can push up far enough to pick up one of the upgrades on the floor in front of him, though. So he might just be forced to sticking around with that XM, but it might not matter when Grim is still dealing damage. There goes Norvi. 40 seconds, 2v2. Grim does not expect the late player wrestle though, but now they've got to get past the leader of Complexity with that auto shotgun. The smoke will smack him on the chest. He tries to go for a swing with it, but it's so difficult with this weaponry. Deko and Wrestle now together. They swap to a rifle to make it easier, but JT's found it through the smoke as well. Thankfully for Wrestle, that smoke they threw in toward him can stop him from running away. He's going to get caught with his gun out. Wrestle just recovers it in time. Massive grin from JT. What an attempt, but not to be. 7 on the half. Wrestle prepared on the side of the hut. Kenzie outside as well. Oh, he peeks into 3, and of course Elige has that P250. We always mention it, so often the AWPer that has the P250 on the pistol rounds, but Elige, there's maybe a secondary AWPer these days as well. Will try and deliver that. He manages to get himself his 1. Wrestle only gets his 1 too. Now have to be down to Norvi. I think he's been spotted toward heaven as well. Elige is in that perfect position with that P250. Deko on the flank. Tight angle, and Lackey has taken JT comfortably. Deko might have really good timing on this one now. 1 tap. Oh, and the spray gets it in the end. Very, very quick recovery from Aurora. Plant for Complexity, but that's all.
Yeah, all those kills come in such quick succession. I reckon Complexity were feeling very happy with the position they'd been able to get themselves in. 1 out of 4 for them, but that one was very important to set things in motion, and now they have to deal with the force buy. That's
going to be really frustrating for Elige. He's taking control outside just like he did with the P250. Tries it with the AK, only gets damage on toward Kenzie, and this force buy is looking too strong. Deko can put himself in a cheeky position here. Very often unchecked, but players need to go his way first. They will absolutely now, and it will go unchecked. It's going to be 2, could even be 3. Oh, it may as well have been 3 because Wrestle was there to help instantly. He's just gurning at me right now. You guys can't see that, but it's the cheekiest grin of all time.
Yeah. You know how it is.
This could be a cheeky round.
Yummy.
What a shot from Hallzerk on Kenzie. Not like this, Aurora. Bit of aggression to counteract the play from Complexity, but Elijah's got 1-2. He's picked up the M4. There's Floppy's 1 dig. Suddenly it's down to Deko.
They don't have to continue to take the fights here. They know that Deko's towards hell. They can just get themselves in towards the bomb site. Could even try and go down the vent. Deko, he's doing damage, but Floppy's gotten the kill. And Complexity, that is a massive reprieve for them. Able to win the eco. That could be the key to get themselves back into the map.
That is a robbery of the highest degree from Complexity. One of the unlosable rounds, it feels like, for Aurora.
Yeah.
Someone call 911.
That's exactly how they felt, though. Just like, oh, let's take the gunfights, let's get the kills. All of a sudden, a kill comes through, another one after that, and things just snowball out of control.
We're all experts after the event. I kind of agreed with Aurora's decision to go aggressive against the pistols to try and regain control, because then they would have given up everything to Complexity outside. But in the end, maybe that was the wrong call. Getting deleted as they did. Lucky, we saw that from Norby's POV. That's a great bit of aggression toward Floppy, caught between 2 angles. And Kenzie has found Elige as well. We said that we needed to see Kenzie step up on the CT side. After having a slow T side, he is one of the most important players for Aurora on this map, owning outside.
Oh, mate, Aurora so well poised to deal with what's coming their way. JT will eat that grenade for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And Deko will be continuing to take the attention away from his teammate Result, who can activate with the 5-7. And that is the worst possible follow-up for Complexity. After winning an eco, they lose against the Force Spy, and they don't even get a single kill.
But that could certainly be handy for him as the AWPer with that scope.
Yeah, he continues with his strong performance here on Nuke. He's got a 2-kill death ratio at the moment, averaging more than a frag around.
No.
Is this going to be the theme of the second half? Could we continue to trade rounds back and forth here? Complexity would certainly hope so. Man advantage for them, and they've been able to get some good control, but it doesn't look like they're so confident to push into that B bomb site. And, oh, Kenzie, he's closing the door in on them right now. Aurora have a lot of information, and they will start to head in towards that B bomb site to try and make the retake happen.
Kenzie, good catch on Elige. That HE could be pretty tasty as well. Oh, just moved away from it in time, Floppy. And there's a player, of course, in Grim behind the site silo on the rafters, so that could be very dangerous. Good reaction from Kenzie, though. Hallzerk goes aggressive, gets taken down. Could be down to Grim, but no armor is the biggest issue, and you can see the aim punch.
He wins these.
Floppy, 9 HP with the Glock. And yeah, I get the impression there may have been a slight piece of sarcasm in that.
Just a tad. Either way, that is going to be an 11th round. Actually,
look at this. Wrestle and Norvi. They're going to have Kenzie swinging for Mini as well to help out if they do go toward A. It should be an absolute massacre for Aurora.
Oh, man. That is such a nice 1, 2, 3, 4 punch coming through from Aurora, just pinging contact off of one another. Result and Norby working in conjunction. Norby on the hut. He gets that first kill, takes the attention from the rest of the door players on top of hut. That's when his teammate then steps out, able to find himself a kill, and it is just lambs to the slaughter. But they've come back firing here on their pick, and they're on the brink.
Kenzie, we mentioned his slow start on T side, but again, fragging well on CT, owning outside. JT will find a really tasty trade.
It means he's able to keep himself alive, and he's gotten some support in tow here as well. Job to be done between himself and Lackey. Floppy on the lurk, though, has found himself a kill. Not really going to be affecting the round at large, but does at least give Cole a few more options to work with here.
Yeah, and Lackey, of course, so low, 3 HP. He may be in a good position still if they do decide to go toward B to find a 1-for-1, but he's going to take the initiative and try and put himself into a better position.
This is really smart from Complexity. I love that they've just paused. So much time to play with. Numerical advantage as well. They've just slowed things down. They forced Aurora to readjust the setup. Aurora have no idea what's going on. And Complexity will capitalize on the moving parts, but hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm very nervous, Result. Okay, JT will calm my nerves. I thought for a moment they're rotating up to the one bomb site that has 2 players, but it does work out the way that Complexity would have hoped.
One of the comebacks, that's for sure. Deko keeping a very close eye on Silo, and he's going to move himself into credit card. Angle spotted, JT taken. Another beautiful shot from Deko, 22 in the map now. Hallzerk trying to answer back, flash in to move forward and take control toward outside red. Elise is trying to do the same though. Kenzie, he knows he's close on blue box, but Kenzie's trying to use all of his utility to keep him at bay, and Elise can't find him. It's falling apart for Complexity. It's all Hallzerk, and they know exactly where he is. Stuck in secret. 30 seconds left in the round. He might have utility, and he might have the bomb on his back, but Aurora, they're not giving him anything here.
Well, they've given him a B-bomb site here, Trav, but he's just taking too long to try and get in towards that site, and so Aurora will be able to rotate a player down. Norvi now on the scene. The door's being closed in on Hallzerk by Lackey as well, and there is no way he can make this one work. It's going to require God's gift itself, some sort of a miracle. A rabbit from the hat won't even be enough, and Norway finishes off the job. Aurora pick up the map win 13-7. They level up the semi-final 1 apiece. We need a decider. It's going to require Inferno to separate these 2 teams and see who will go to that final later on today.
They've tried so hard to get it. They failed by losing to MIBR in Melbourne. They failed in Challenger League. They failed in the closed qualifier after ECL. This is their last opportunity, and they need to deliver. Norvi, great start. Grim can't do anything from the top of first orange, and there's still utility for Aurora to use. The bomb is actually going to be going toward the A site instead. Norvi will get another one toward B, and actually, they're just running over everyone on Complexity right now. Despite it being an attack on both sites, they're successful on both.
Yeah, the plan there from Complexity is a nice one. I like the way that they play it. I mean, most teams would stack up 4 players on the A bomb side and the pistol round on the CT side and leave 1 towards B with that smoke grenade. As soon as you see presence, you drop the smoke. JT's hoping that they don't respect the smoke grenade. They go through it, and then they run into 3 players on that B bomb site, but it's just a fake on that side of the map from Aurora.
Lost to Mouse and XT in a CCT game as well. Mouse and XT, of course, are pretty solid, but still. But Complexity, they've been a little bit all over the place on this map too. Lots of damage early on in Banana, and Grim and JT can't get anything done. This force buy was already being stopped despite the nade damage on Kenzie and Lackey. And yeah, Complexity, last 2 Infernos they've played against Fury and Fnatic, and we know that they're not exactly S tier or maybe even A+ tier just yet in terms of their current form. And they lost both of those, 13-9, 13-3 in that poor performance at Compass. And that was only 10 days ago, so I do worry for Cole slightly in this map.
Yeah, JT and Grim are going to have their work cut out for them on the CT side as well, because they're the 2 B bomb side players, and you know Aurora are going to be contesting Banana pretty much every single round. They've got ridiculously talented aimers as well, so it's going to be really tough to try go toe-to-toe with them. Going to have to require a lot of finesse, some very good utility usage, and good timing on the peaks as well to try and give themselves an edge towards that part of the map. Yeah.
Easy spray pattern than the MP9, but if he's going for a rush, then he prefers that MP9 for sure.
He also plays the A-bomb site on this map, so it makes sense in a slightly longer range gunfight. UMP can lend itself to those. When you're up close, though, MP9 does find more success. Unfortunately for Elise, he won't be able to pick up a gun, loses his life out, and Aurora have opened up here in this 3rd and final map exactly the way that they would have hoped. If Aurora head into that first full gun round with plenty money to work with, then we might see something aggressive and floppy. He'll find an opening kill with the Zeus. Love that. Good catch from the Observer. Although, maybe, fortunately for them, it looks like Aurora themselves have actually second-guessed the decision.
Oh, no.
And they'll be moving their way in towards this A bomb site. This is where Complexity have the numbers right now. JT, unfortunately, not able to get much done from his position. Elige will be called into action. He has to find a multi. Floppy in position as well with the AK pinging contact off of one another. They've been able to find a kill between them. Elige goes undetected. Grim results in the situation as well. He's able to affect the defense, and Complexity have been able to win the eco.
Oh my word, the crossfire was just way too good there for Complexity. win the unlikely round first.
Yeah, I thought that Complexity had made a mistake rotating from the initial stack, but they were just ahead of Aurora. They knew what Aurora was going to do before even Aurora knew what they were going to do. And this is the gunfight I was referring to a couple rounds back that certainly will determine whether Complexity are able to piece together a successful half or not. JT and Grim combined to find a successful start to the round here.
Liege is rotating in just to make doubly sure this is safe. But if Lackey just takes a straight up headshot here, oh, well played JT. That's most of the threat removed now. Liege will be in position. JT will make sure he continues to have some impact. And Deko, well, nothing you can do about that one. We're back even again.
Yeah, good rotation from Elige there to join up with his captain and help stack up the defense on that B-bomb site. And that is enough for Complexity to level up the scoreline off the back of the eco round win. And now Aurora will have to settle for an eco. So things have gone a bit pear-shaped here for them, unexpectedly so, considering the position we expected them to be in.
Good anchor work from JT. Always can get a bit out of hand on Inferno sometimes when one rifle can find an entry. Also difficult to retake. Elige could be on for quite a few kills here.
Yeah, all of them.
Eco, there we are. All the Glocks get munched up by Elige and a big grin, deservedly so. That is some stat padding.
We know what a confidence-based player Elige is, so for him to find the impact that he has at the start of the Decider...
Norvi tries to right-click a smoke in front of him there to get some positioning toward the left, but it's going to be blown open by JT again. And that banana hold you've been speaking about is so solid right now.
Yeah, they're taking the fight to Aurora. They're not playing timidly. They're not just trying to play from the bomb site itself. Good util usage, great kills coming through. Aurora going to be shell-shocked, and they have no option but to try and explore that opposite side of the map.
Deko will now creep forward with Kenzie. Result waiting on short with him. Kenzie in the apartment looking to pounce, but there's a crossfire that Complexity have is way too strong, and that is solid work from Floppy. Dancing between default.
A big clutch, maybe.
A big clutch. We've already seen the JT defuse in a smoke, of course, on Anubis at the end of the half. And this time Aurora are trying desperately to get ahead of that banana utility, but they just can't. JT is keeping them at bay time and time again. Even with the HE, he gets a second there.
Smart from Grim to fall back as well. He can allow for his teammates making their way down middle to close the door in on the opponent. Floppy will just kind of try and make his way through, but that boost catches him out. Aurora just looking for damage right now. They've barely got any health between these two players left alive, and they're going to burst through the smoke together and trade their way forward. This is not impossible for Result, you know. He's picked up the bomb, and he's going to guarantee himself a plant here as well. He knows that both of these players are on the flank. Complexity don't want to respect the molly. They smoke it out, but Result's been able to get his way back to quad. He can get this done, you know, with the AK, but no, Elige denies. Bosses him in the 1v1. He's 12-2 right now. And Complexity are loud and proud. Both players teabagging, spraying the corpse. They want to send a message, Trav.
They want to get in the minds of their opponents.
Woo!
Get all those AK bullets gone. You don't need them. You get refreshed in the next round anyway. You don't have to buy you ammo anymore.
Nothing subtle about that, mate.
Not in the slightest. A couple of those early rushes were with just pistols. But right now for Complexity, I'd say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And look, they're doing it again. Look at the minimap.
Yeah, they've actually rotated an extra player in towards Banana. Hallzerk and Floppy take space in apartments. Complexity ruling the roost on the CT side of Inferno. Aurora just finding opening kills so difficult to come by right now. And it's a numerical deficiency again, but they might have found a chink in the armor. Looks like they're going to be coming through from apartments. No one from Complexity considering this. No one even giving this a gander. It's going to be Hallzerk with the AWP. AWP turns and burns. Deko has been able to at least make his way out of apps, but I think there was an audio cue, so they're ready for it.
Oh, wow. Elige is going to surely have the number of Norvi as well. It's down to Deko.
Go on, lad.
But now only 18 HP. He's got his 2 headshots already, but he's going to need 3 more.
Not a lot of time to play with, not a lot of health. He wants to create some space for himself. Nothing being offered up here by Complexity, though. Spots the shadow of Grim. He had support there anyway to swing, and that's very good discipline coming through from Complexity.
Instant 2 kills from those two, and they'll manage to react as well to that late play through the apartments. Lucky with that Tech 9 somehow finds Grim, but JT was always going to be there. They do get the 2 kills off of B, but Complexity still have the advantage, and Deko needs to pick up that bomb quickly.
I mean, this is an eco round essentially for Aurora, so the fact that they've been able to get themselves control of the B bomb site is a pretty good position that they find themselves in right now. Oh, smoke not respected by Complexity. That was really brave.
Yeah, Kenzie throwing that really deep smoke, trying to lock them at bay early while they wait for Deko to get into position.
Norwegian AWPer, honorary North American. Deko has been able to activate the bomb though and make his way back into mini pit. AK in play. If he could find that instant tap on the headshot, that would certainly give him a good chance. Elige has the info relayed through to him, and he will finish off the job.
Yeah, honestly, I think Deko did everything he could there. The only thing I do disagree with, as you mentioned, is pathing back in toward the library angle again. Obviously, he was not to know. We have the X-ray, he doesn't.
And Complexity continues to be dynamic on the CT side, looking to shift the setup. However, finally an opening kill will come through for the T side.
Floppy will go for the AWP, grab it off of his teammate, but Aurora looking to try and keep the pace high. Floppy now tagged down, has to fall away, does avoid the nade, and he's got multiple angles to worry about, but support is here really quickly. They're not going to be focused on Floppy because JT was there. And he'll get one more, but there's Norvi. 2 for Kenzie, 1 for Norvi. The duo showing up again, that has done so on so many times in history, and Kenzie will react brilliantly to Elige coming through. Elige is 16-3 in this game, having an absolute banger. And now Grim needs to bang 2 more heads.
Not going to happen. Probably just going to accept his fate here in the round. I mean, he's got a kit, no util. Sure, there's money. I guess there's only 2 more rounds to be played left in the half after this, so you probably just roll the dice here, right? Elige has 13k. Even if you get the kills, that could affect the economic standings later on in the round. So I do think Grim should just feel this one out anyway.
Yeah. Play aggressive exits without a doubt. He'll give it a go, but Deko will find it. And that is an important round for Aurora to finally break that streak. Complexity looks so composed with those.
Trying to spur his team on right now. The aggression will not falter though. It will not relent coming through from Complexity. JT changes up his position on the map, but it's still the same style.
Goodness me. Hallzerk will miss his shot, but he can get away with the incendiary. W key from JT.
Constantly having players thrust in their direction. Elige even hunting. He'll find that kill on Lackey. And Norway, well, he'll find a trade here, but that's the first frag of the round for Aurora. And JT is just calling a brilliant CT side right now.
What did you say about Elige getting that anti-eco ace against the Glocks, building up confidence?
That's what ignited the CT side, man. He's 18-4 right now.
And 4, baby.
Those are some good numbers, Trav. 4.5 kill-death ratio coming through from him.
Quick maths.
That's it. South African education, baby.
Home education, baby. Hallzerk as well. He's only 4 and 3, but I think he's got like 7 assists in this game. He's been tagging everyone with nades toward B, of course.
Yeah.
And with the AWP straight up.
Look at Elige's ADR. Sorry, I know we just highlighted the kills, but he is averaging, all right, now at the end of this one, 133 damage per round at the moment. Problem is the lack of trophies to show for his incredible level, and they're going to be hoping to turn that around here today. Aurora looking to turn their fate around. Hallzerk gets demolished by Novi, and here he is once again. You call to spray, and Elige, he's found 3 kills. Saves the day for Complexity. Fantastic stuff coming through from him. You just can't keep him out of the game.
What on earth, man? Norvi tried his best with a triple, but Elige finishes it off with a quad. 22 and 4, and that is in 1 half, baby.
It was a fantastic display from them on their CT side. Up 9-3, Trav. 4 more rounds is all they require.
And Aurora's dreams of Pro League could be coming to an end if they don't find this pistol. Hallzerk and Elige will once again team up in mid, and Elige just will not stop. Grim and Floppy help out toward Norvi, and Lackey is left wondering, where is my team?
My brother, this is the Elige Masterclass. 24 kills. 13th round is upon us. The player closest to him is JT, who has 12. He has at least double anyone else on the server right now.
Pure and utter domination of one of the best players North America has ever produced. Lackey trying his best to get a few kills for some bonus cash. There's no time for this defuse, but he's going to give it a go. You may as well. You are 9-3 behind. Tapping away, trying to find a couple of extra dollary dues to add to the bank, but Grim will stop that from being a reality. Liege is so chill, isn't he? Just chewing his gum, having the time of his life.
Business as usual, baby.
Hell yeah.
This is a force buy from Aurora, but it has not gone the way they would have liked. Dad or Trav looking to try make their way down middle, but it's into the jaws of death. Saying his prayers, but they will not be answered.
And there we go. JT gets his anti-eco kill.
All right.
Finally, something not going Allegia's way.
Yeah, probably the only way you could kill him right now is through a smoke or a wallbang. No fair fight's gonna go your way, that's for sure.
The rest will aggress nicely as well and deal with Floppy. It is a must-win for Spy. Norvi is here. As we know, he's got support as well. He'll dive into first orange and gets his one, actually, to be fair to him. Even though it was a very awkward position for him. Molotov will come through, of course, though, and now the complexity is getting interesting, and Hallzerk just takes the heads-up duel towards CT with the nade. Smoke broken open. It's down to a Deagle and MP9 on the banana flank for Aurora, and they obviously do not have a defuse kit. JT is here on the off angle. He's played his angle on CT. It works on T as well, and it's down to Deko. Just 20 points of health. Hallzerk, he's not that low, and Hallzerk will tap him down to complexity unstoppable.
Not like this, Aurora. That was a 5 versus 3 where they took down the crown jewel of Elige through the smoke. They then got Floppy, I think, who was on the lurk in apartments. They're on the brink of securing that spot in the grand final.
Look at the buy that Aurora have. It's going to be pure W to try and recover this situation, but Elige through the smoke stops Aurora again. Grim will find Kenzie as well, and sadly, the Aurora tail in Yongshiping is about to come to an end. Hallzerk is deleting people left and right. Deko goes down. It's Wrestle and Norvi with 2 FAMASes to try and keep their hopes alive. Liege will move forward. Perfect pre-aim, perfect headshot, and Wrestle is in the most unwinnable situation possible.
The job is as good as done. 1 versus 5. Elige will conclude proceedings, fittingly so. 29 kills in 16 rounds coming through from Elige. An absolute masterclass as Complexity locked themselves a spot into that grand final. What a display. Only dropping 3 rounds on that final map will feel so good. Fully deserved as well. They've worked very hard for this, and they'll be very happy with the return.